Lana Torrey is with us from Evergreen Interiors and lanatorrey.com.
Oh, good morning.
Spending some time with porches on this, and it is a perfect day and probably a perfect night to spend on the porch with finally some sunshine and nice day for a change. What porch is not complete without a couple of rockers? And I'm not talking your friends from the Rascals. A nice rocking chair. They have them, at our airport, and it's a growing trend. The airport in Newark, New Jersey has them. They have them at Logan Airport in Boston.
They do?
Yeah. Old-style rocking chairs.
Those big, like
you see
huge.
at Cracker Barrel.
Like the Cracker Barrel chairs.
Yeah.
They're comfortable.
And they put them at the Rochester Airport when you get through security. They put them like at that back window, and then they also have a lounge before you go through security, so you can watch the planes take off, and you can sit in these big rockers. They're beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that cool? Now, what does that tell you about our society?
Well, it tells you that the airports are just trying to, make it real instead of you feel like whatever you do there, you're going to get ripped off and you're going to be uncomfortable. You got to wait. Making it real.
Sit back, relax, enjoy the view, smell the roses. I think it's pretty cool. I think all this nostalgia has got to come back. I want my children to experience all of this. I want their children, if they should ever have them, I hope. I'm a grandma wannabe. Yeah. But,
before you start crying, I have a question.
Before I start crying?
I didn't want you to get all sentimental and emotional on us
here. Pat doesn't do well with emotion.
Yeah, I'll start to cry.
Yeah.
What's the thing about the porches that you mentioned before the show? I'm dying to know. You said there are certain colors for the ceilings of a porch that you painted.
Oh, yeah, especially if you go down south, because my favorite hobby is to just drive around and look at homes. You'll notice that they don't do it much here in Rochester, but they really should. What they do down south is paint the ceilings of the roof of the porch, ceiling of the porch a light blue.
Okay.
A light blue.
And why?
It's done for a couple of reasons. It's done to keep the bugs away. The bugs are not attracted to the light blue color on the underside of the roof. So it's usually like a wood, like a wainscoting effect up on the ceiling.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then that is painted a sky blue. Keep the bugs away, and it's also very soothing. Now, in South Carolina, they call that blue. There's a special blue paint, and it's called Haint Blue.
What did you spell that?
Haint Blue. Hain, like it ain't, but haint.
Huh.
Haint red, haint green, haint blue.
Haint blue. It ain't blue.
Haint blue.
Very interesting.
Isn't that kind of cool?
Savannah, places like that. Well, that's down in Georgia, but that's near Hilton
don't you love Savannah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there. I went to Paula Dean's restaurant.
Take a moment.
I'll take a second.
I know. Close your eyes and smile.
We had a fried dinner. Everything on that menu was fried.
Ain't good for you, but let me tell you that
Ain't good for
you. And how about a ceiling fan on the porch?
Yeah, that's
cool. Do you need it?
Yeah, it's cool. Sure.
Because you have
air.
When you're on the porch, you have to deal with the heat and humidity. I mean, if
it's hot out, yeah.
If you're going to have the porch, there's some stuff that goes with it that you have no control over.
Yeah, absolutely. I would put a ceiling fan out there. You know what else is really cool that you could put by the porch that are huge right now, and I have seen them on QVC, are solar lanterns. They look like street lights. Solar.
Yeah.
And you can pot underneath, and then you have your light. And they have even fountains that are run by solar power now, and they have some very cool things. I do watch QVC.
Oh, I'm a big QVC guy.
I watch American Greed. I don't know.
Now, this is probably a no-brainer, but I would imagine, and I would hope that by now, people with porches have the Christmas lights down.
Oh, my gosh. I have such a pet peeve about that.
Yeah, that's tacky.
Don't come to my house.
Yeah.
Really?
My Christmas lights are still up.
No wreaths. No wreaths.
We need to have an intervention team.
No, okay. Yeah.
Team Property Source intervention. We go to Alex's house.
That's right.
Tomorrow.
I mean, some people rationalize it because they have those white lights that kind of hang.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like, I don't know, looks like some
icicles.
Sort of, icicles.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, well, it could be summer lighting as well, but I don't buy it. I think that is laziness.
No,
I think it's like extreme techie.
Plain and simple.
Really?
Yeah, and take the wreath off the door.
Of course.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Hate the wreath. You should really change your exterior of your house to... The house should rise up to greet you as you enter. And I always say your goal should be to have the best looking house on the street. It doesn't take that much.
No, it doesn't.
Edge a little, mulch a little.
$30,000-ish, give or take.
It doesn't take money.
I'm just being sarcastic. Yeah, I know.
I'll give my wife credit for that. Ours is clearly the nicest looking house on the street.
Is it the nicest house on the street? And don't you take pride in that? Aren't you proud of that?
I do. And, I take a lot of pictures of the house because I just think it looks great, especially this time of year with the trees coming out.
Absolutely.
We have and I don't know what kind of a dogwood.
Dogwood.
The dogwood is the one that's
Dogwood.
white. Yeah, we have one of those, and it's kind of blooming now. And it's just
beautiful. There's nothing as beautiful as landscaping in the spring. When everything is fresh. The grass is that sort of, lighter green. As the summer progresses, the colors get a little deeper and more faded out. But in the spring, everything is so vibrant and clean.
It's beautiful for about 2 whole weeks. I love it.
Well, I mentioned that Julie, she did fake flower boxes this year. But, and she says as we live our lives that she starts to think, well, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to get down on my knees and start planting. But then she gets out there and it's therapeutic for her.
Yep.
And she said, why did I not want to do it? I love doing this.
Yeah. And I bet she's a good cook.
No.
Oh, no?
Ooh.
No.
In my house, gravy is gray. When she cooks. No, I'm not telling anything out of school. I take care of the inside stuff. She does the outside stuff.
Oh, gosh. I always thought that, people who like to garden were good cooks, like to get their hands dirty.
I wish she would. There'd be nothing better. It'd be nothing better to have a home cooked meal made for me.
Oh, my gosh.
If it's going to happen, I don't mind doing it. I find it as therapeutic as she does gardening, the chopping and the cooking and timing everything out. I loved, and you cook, Pat.
Yep.
And you too, Alex. I love that.
Yeah.
I guess it's the same thing out in the garden.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think if it's not a chore, it's a fun event.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I do. I always dread it until I start doing it. And then I'm like, oh, I love this. As soon as I went to do my spring cleanup, I was like, oh, my front yard looks so terrible. And I have all these weeds and I have to clean up all this stuff. And then once I started doing it and saw how nice it looked, I was, I went to the store. I'm buying plants. I'm getting mulch.
Yeah. Isn't it such a good feeling?
It is. And then when you're done, you're like, wow. And now if I could only take down my Christmas lights, I'll be all set.
Well, yeah.
We're coming on Sunday. We'll be there. Put the coffee on or we'll go get a cup of Dark Horse coffee, and then we'll be there. We'll remove those lights.
Yeah, Julie has no patience. She has no patience for chopping or any kind of stove stuff. No. But she's great outside.
Good.
Well, everybody has a gift.
Yeah. I like doing a little bit of stuff outside, but just in the spring, planting the flowers, nurturing them, and watching them, kind of go, but not a lot. Like it's a chore. It goes back to that chore thing. So
isn't it wonderful? Preference. When my kids were young, they used to have their own little gardens in the back. And my daughter Brett, she loved carrots, and she used to have her little carrot garden for dinner. I'd say, "Okay, Bretty, go outside and dig up some carrots." And she had her little shovel, and she would go out back. And I had the herbs growing, and it was fun. It made the kids like, "Okay, go, pick some sage. We're having turkey." Blair, run out and get a handful of sage. Run out and get this. And they would go out with their little baskets. And, I think it's kind of important to be in tune with nature and how things grow.
And it gives you more options as a cook, too. I mean, you look at a recipe and geez, I don't have any sage. What am I going to, but if you have it growing in the backyard, more options. Yep.
Yeah. If you're rushed at dinner time, you close the cookbook because you don't have that item or 2 items that you need. You're right. Absolutely. Good point.
I think people, what is that saying, Steve? You know everything. What is it? You teach a man to fish and he, or you
eats
give a man a fish and he eats for a day. Teach a man to fish and he.
Friends of ours just asked my wife yesterday, baseball game. I know the saying that you're talking about. Teach a person to fish, they eat for a lifetime. Give them a fish and they starve to death or something like that.
You can lead a fish to water, but you can't make a horse drink it.
Friends of ours yesterday asked my wife, "Hey, you guys want to do a father and son? Having myself and my son do a fishing outing at a friend's cottage on the lake." And my wife said, "No, my husband doesn't catch anything but a buzz. He doesn't." I said, "Nice, honey. That's embarrassing."
Oh, that's funny.
Well, it's going to be a nice day to sit on the porch. Nice night to live it up with the neighbors. Great night to just sort of relax. Finally, some good weather. Lana, thanks for joining us again.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm going to the Lilac Festival and then back on my porch.
Excellent. Good day to go to the Lilac Festival.
Yes.
Pat, have a great weekend.
You too. Thank you.
I'm going to my son's graduation. His grad school graduation is tomorrow.
He's getting his master's.
University
Yay.
of Vermont. So I'm going to leave right now, drive up that way. It's going to be a beautiful day for a ride. And we'll see you next Saturday. Alex, thank you for your stuff.
Thank you.
It's always great to see you guys. One of the most fun weeks I have hour that I have every week.
Oh,
Awesome.
Want to check out
you.
any of the interviews we've done in the past? You can do that. Just log on to PropertySourceRadio.com. They're all archived there for you. You can email us there as well. Sports Radio 950 ESPN. We go back to ESPN right after this. Thanks for joining us this morning on Property Source Radio. See ya.